Employers have the inherent right to direct their business operations as they see fit. This includes the freedom of the employer to choose the manner in which it would engage labor for the conduct of its business. Meet Mr. Cruz, the owner of Cruz Apparel. Due to an increase in demand for the suits and dresses that the company produce, Mr. Cruz decides to hire additional tailors and dressmakers in two ways. First, by undertaking the recruitment, evaluation, selection, and hiring processes by himself. And second, by commissioning a placement and recruitment agency to canvass, enlist, contract, transport, utilize, hire or procure workers on his behalf. These exhibit two ways by which employers engage labor: direct hiring and hiring through placement and recruitment agencies. In both cases, the hired employees shall work or perform services for the employer, and an employer-employee relationship shall exist between them. This relationship may be established through a fourfold test, under which the employer has the power to select and hire the employees, has the obligation to pay the employees his or her wages and other benefits, has the power to terminate or dismiss the employee, has direct control and supervision over the employee with respect to the means and method by which the work is to be accomplished. It is important to note that in purchasing labor through a placement and recruitment agency, the latter merely acts as an agent of the employer to recruit workers for the purpose of placing them within the company, and shall in no way be considered as the employer of the workers it recruited and placed. Hence the fourfold test shall be satisfied by the employer, not by the placement agency. Aside from direct hiring and hiring through placement and recruitment agencies, employers may also engage contractors or subcontractors to provide them with services, skilled workers, temporary workers, or a combination of services under a service agreement. This is called contracting or subcontracting. Contracting or subcontracting refers to an arrangement whereby an employer or principal agrees to put out or farm out with a contractor the performance or completion of a specific job, work or service within a definite or predetermined period, regardless of whether such job, work or service is to be performed or completed within or outside the premises of the principal. Mr. Cruz now wants to put up a warehouse in their company's compound to store their goods. He decided to engage Bob Builders Incorporated, owned by Mr. Bob, to construct the said warehouse within 6 months. Mr. Bob then sends 20 of his construction workers to the Cruz Apparel compound to work on and complete the construction of the said warehouse within the given time frame. As you can see, there are 3 parties involved in this arrangement: Mr. Cruz, the principal or the employer who puts out or farms out a job, service or work to a contractor or subcontractor; Mr. Bob, the contractor or subcontractor who has the capacity to independently undertake the performance of the job, work or service; and the workers engaged by Mr. Bob, the contractor, to accomplish the job, work or service. As it is, there is trilateral relationship in a legitimate contracting or subcontracting arrangement where there is a contract for a specific job, work or service between the principal and the contractor, and a contract of employment between the contractor and its workers. It should be emphasized that in contracting or subcontracting, the fourfold test of employer-employee relationship should be satisfied by the contractor or subcontractor in relation to the workers that it engages to accomplish the subcontracted job or service. In this case, it is Mr. Bob who chooses the workers who shall be engaged in the construction of the building, pays the wages of these workers and provide their other benefits, has the power to terminate or dismiss a worker or workers when warranted, and directly controls and supervises the workers as to the means and methods by which the building construction is to be accomplished. If the fourfold test is satisfied not by the subcontractor but by the principal then becomes the employer of the workers engaged by the contractor to accomplish the job or service. In such case, what exists is not contracting or subcontracting, but a direct employer-employee relationship between the principal and the contractor's worker. Now that we know the definition of contracting or subcontracting and we are already able to identify the parties involved in such arrangement and explain the relationship between them, we are now one step closer in learning the whole concept, principles and requirements of a legitimate contracting or subcontracting arrangement. That would be all for now. Thanks for watching.